it's me, Vicky, Maria. I caught myself out there. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. I may have to actually. I've got in a message thing with somebody. So, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in this crazy world we're living in, getting crazier by the day. And today, it's a very sad day, isn't it? Because today it is exactly a year since Sebastian Rogers, 15 at the time, now would be 16. It's exactly a year since he was last seen by his mum when she took him to the Texas Roadhouse. We're going to look at that video again. We're going to have a little look at a few videos, a few bits of information. Apparently what she says is, Katie Proudfoot says, Sebastian went off to bed. All she knew then was that she heard a thud at some point, shouted up to him, and then that was it. And then the following morning when she went to get him up for school, which was a Monday, it disappeared, poof, into thin air. And really, since then, in this whole year, there's not really been any clues, have there? No leads. There's been a couple of false sightings. There's been a lot of slanging matches between the parents and private investigators and YouTubers. But really, you know, Sebastian's case as a missing person, really, there's been nothing. I said nothing whatsoever, no trace of him. Now, we know that Sebastian has not been beamed up to the Starship Enterprise. Something has happened to Sebastian. He is somewhere. Where is he? And it's so very sad because Sebastian has high functioning autism. You know, there were problems. He was living with his mum and his stepdad, Katie and Chris, and of course his biological dad, Seth. Seems to have used this whole thing as a way, it's almost like a revenge thing against Katie for ever leaving him, it feels like to me. But anyway, and I think one thing that seems apparent to me is that Seth probably is still in love with Katie. But, you know, Katie and Chris, they haven't really had lots of bad things to say about Seth. But, you know, a lot of things have come out. It seems like Sebastian, for whatever reason, maybe wasn't happy. That he may have been going to live with Seth. Maybe he didn't want to go and live with Seth. You know, it's all confusing. And then, of course, Seth at the moment, he's hand in glove with Tony the Phony, as I call him, or Tony Maroney, Tony Mathis. That hasn't been good for Seth, has it? Because really, since Tony came on board, I think Seth has lost a lot of sympathisers for various reasons. But anyway, all that doesn't matter, does it? Because what matters is, where is this boy? Where is he? So we're going to have a little recap of the case. For those of you who don't know, this happened in America, in Hendersonville, in Tennessee. And yeah, it's a very nice complex where they lived, nice houses, quite distant from each other, you know, detached houses. Did Sebastian leave the house at some point for whatever reason? It's said that he didn't have any shoes on, but that's been sort of called into question a little bit, isn't it? Now it's been said they may have had slippers on. But, you know, it is a real mess, and we can only hope that Sebastian, you know, to me, my biggest hope is that he has been abducted, well, say abducted, but, you know, hidden by a member of the family. I hope he has been. Does that mean he's okay? Did he leave the house and come to foul play? Or did he leave the house and have an accident? Did somebody do something to him, one of his family? You know, the police really, I would say, have come up with absolutely nothing in this case so far. So will it ever be solved? You know, this is a year now, 12 months gone by. Let's hope you know, this isn't going to be one of those cases that just goes on, you know, like Summer Wells, still not found, not known what's happened to her after a few years now. Okay, so I'm going to say hello to everyone. First of all, though, I'm going to say thank you. I'm going to put my banner up. I want to thank everybody for watching my videos, for subscribing especially. Thank you so much if you're a subscriber. Thank you for liking my videos. Thank you for sharing them. Very special thanks as always to my members. Why not consider becoming a member? If you're a member, we do a special live every Thursday, an exclusive members live. You get to use the members emojis, and there's lots of extra videos on there that aren't released for everyone. So think about becoming a member, because that really helps to support my channel. Also, I want to say thank you to people who've sent me bought me Ko-fis, sent me super stickers, or PayPal'd me. Again, it really helps to keep my channel going, give me time, you know, because if you don't know, my other life, I am a Spanish teacher. I do also work. Yeah, thank you to everyone who supports me. Okay, let's say hello to everyone who's here. There's quite a few of you here. Thank you for being here as well. And before I start saying hello to the people that are in chat, I want to say hello to you lurkers at home. I want to say hello to, if you're watching on Replay Crew. And yeah, okay. Hi, David. Hi, Lorna. Hi, Matthew. Hi, Yvonne. Hi, my angel. Oh, Yvonne, you've not been following this case. Sorry. I'm sorry, Mike. I don't have other... Right, let me just tell you. Sorry, I've deleted your comment, Mike, but hi. We don't mention other YouTubers by name. These just a few rules of my chat. We don't attack each other, obviously. Don't attack the families of the victims. What are my other rules? There's not that many rules. Just be nice, that's all. But a big rule that I have is just not to mention other YouTubers by name unless we're actually discussing them, because I don't like upsetting other YouTubers unless they've upset me. Hi, Katrina. But I know what you're saying, Mike. You know, just in general, I don't know how YouTubers and TikTokers that say, you know, how do they get away with it? I don't know. And why do they even say it? Well, I know why they say it. Yeah, lurkers, come and chat if you feel like it. Nobody will be horrible to you. Well, they might be, and then I'll just have to ban them. Yes, I'm not worried about banning people if they're nasty. So, you know, you normally give people a timeout, and then that, you know, one strike and you're out, isn't it? Or will it be two strikes and you're out? Can't count, but never mind. So yeah, where are we going to start with this story? Now, you know, I know there's a lot of people who've been very down on Katie. I personally don't have any bad thoughts about Katie, in the sense I don't think it's anything to do with Katie. I feel for Katie. You know, she's took a lot of hate, and this is a mother who's lost her son. And on top of that, imagine that, on top of that, your son's gone missing. You don't know what's happened to him. But on top of that, everybody's practically accusing you of doing something to him. What sort of a Christmas did she have to get through? You know, so I don't feel that. Now, I think I'll start actually with the fact that, you know, Katie is actually doing an interview tonight on Fox. I think it's on Fox. Let's have a look. Oh, don't tell me I've lost it. I just had it up there. Yeah, she's going to be interviewed at 9 p.m. Nashville time, which will be in the middle of the night or in the early hours of the morning for me. But I may watch it. Let's have a look at the trailer. So Steve Fisher, which is the private investigator that has been, what's the word? He's, working with Katie and Chris. He's posted this from Kelly Avellino, which I presume is the reporter from Fox Nashville. Tomorrow will mark 1 year since Sebastian Rogers was last seen at his home in Summer County. The boy with a magnetic smile, he has got a magnetic smile, has captured hearts across the country, across the world, Kelly, as the search continues. I'm sitting down with his mother tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Now, in the first days when Sebastian went missing, Katie and Chris did a few YouTube sort of interviews, etc., didn't they? But then they sort of, they just pulled off social media more or less, didn't they? Which I think is a good idea, really. I think your best bet is to stay off social media, really. And in these sort of cases, because the thing is, there are some people, you'll never change their mind anyway. People decided early on it was Katie, it's something to do with Katie, or it's something to do with Chris, without any evidence, without anything from the police. It just decided, people just decided that it was them that had done something. And I think with some people, they don't even look at the evidence or whatever. That's what they think, and that's it. They don't look at it, think about it, assess it. Just, oh yeah, it's to do with Katie. And they've got and there were all sorts of rumours and conspiracy theories flying around. So I really feel for Katie. I think she's been through it. Anyway, be interesting to see her interview tonight. So let's have a look at the trailer.
Tuesday, Fox 17 News sits down with the mother of missing teenager Sebastian Rogers.
Let's just talk about the last year of your life.
Learn about the search efforts and her experience. No question left on the table.
Do you have a theory in what happened to your son?
Getting answers for you. Tuesday on Fox 17 News at 9. Tuesday, Fox 17 News sits down with the mother of missing teenager Sebastian Rogers.
Let's just talk about the last year of your life.
Learn about the search efforts and her experience. No question left on the table.
Do you have a theory in what happened to your son?
Getting answers for you. Tuesday on Fox 17 News at 9. Tuesday.
Okay, so that is the trailer for this interview. Oh, let me just put that down. That's the trailer. Be interesting, won't it, to see this the first interview she's done for quite a long while. So it'd be interesting to hear what she's got to say. People will be glued to it, because this case of Sebastian has attracted attention for various reasons, hasn't it? For all, like I say, all over America, but not only America. It's attracted attention all around the world. And not every case does that, does it? And especially not boys. Tends to be women and girls cases, just for whatever reason, get the most attention, don't they? So, but Sebastian, I think because of that lovely smile of his, and, there's just something about Sebastian, isn't it? People have become involved in Sebastian's story, become invested in Sebastian's story, and they want to know what's happened to him. Yeah. Okay, so where do I start here? Because no, put that one down. That's not. I've got so many windows open because there's so many things I want to look at. Where am I going? Right, first of all, I want to look at this reporter from Nashville, Nick Berries. And this is a TikTok a video that he made, but quite a while ago in March last year. So I just want to sort of go back to where we were then before we look at where we are now, if you like. Let's see what he had to say then. So this is March last year. Just got to find it on here. Yeah.
This is Ground Zero, Nesbitt Lane, in a trailer park in Madison, one of the area's hardest hit.
Oh, no,
At one point,
not
there was a trailer.
Not this one, this one.
A lot of effort being put into trying to find him. Not a lot of new developments. We have not had a news conference from authorities in several days. They do send out updates, but nothing new to really report. But today were some new developments that I think are worth talking about. And what I'm going to tell you is I learned early this morning that authorities were planning to go and search a landfill about an hour and a half drive north of Sumner County in Kentucky. Okay.
Yeah, so that was I remember that right from the beginning. And I remember thinking, why are they searching a landfill? Do they think he was in a dumpster, like he got in it himself, or do they think somebody's put him in there? It was a real surprise that. Anyway, they did search the landfill, but they didn't find anything.
You're like, okay, why are they going up there? Why are they going to a landfill in Kentucky to look for this missing 15-year-old who has autism? And it's an interesting story behind how that worked out. But let me tell you that the search, when it first initially went down, was extremely thorough. They, over the last, in my opinion, 11 days, have done a terrific job, everyone involved, of searching within a 5 to 10 mile radius of the home, everything they can with dogs on foot from the air, have found nothing. A trace of Sebastian is nowhere to be found. So in the absence of finding anything, in that search, they're thinking, what haven't we seen? And they noticed that there was no.
I just want to say the dogs, remember, they did supposedly pick up on Sebastian's scent, and they went to the retention pond nearby his home, and the dog just stopped there. And that retention pond apparently has been drained. Hasn't it been drained more than once? No sign of Sebastian in there. Could he be in there under the sill or whatever? Anyway, that's apparently where the search dog did go to. But after that, there was nowhere, it didn't go anywhere else.
Garbage in the neighborhood, or that the garbage had been picked up. And here's what's interesting, okay? I found out this morning they were going out to the dump. And so my first question is why? Well, they're going out there to look through the garbage taken from this neighborhood. And I'm like, okay, well, when is the garbage picked up? Well, I called a neighbor there whom I know, that I've met since I've been covering this story. And I said, hey, do you guys have a garbage pickup service? And they go, yes. And I go, when do they pick up the garbage? And they tell me between 5 and 6 o'clock. And I'm like, what day? Monday. What time of day? 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning. So put this into context and what we know about the timetable. Sebastian's mother said that she went to try to wake him up. I guess it was around 6 o'clock is what she said in the past, to get ready for school. And that's when she discovered he was not there. At which point they then call law enforcement, at which point law enforcement comes out there, starts asking questions, starts looking around. Maybe he just wandered down the road. This is early on before they know, how serious this is. And by then, the garbage was long gone. The garbage was picked up and gone before Sebastian was even reported missing. Okay. Now, that unto itself doesn't really mean anything, but means all the garbage, including the garbage from Sebastian's house, was picked up. But it's not just there. I'm not just saying this is about Sebastian's house. This is garbage in dumpsters in some nearby developments and homes that are being built. It's garbage in other garbage bins at nearby homes. We don't know exactly what happened to him, but they'd like to sift through that garbage. They would look through these bins and see whether or not there's any evidence of something that might be there.
I just think searching a landfill, it must be the most horrible job, especially searching it for a body, because, quite often bodies are found in landfills, but it's just such a horrible, nasty job, isn't it? Gosh.
I have to say, it goes without saying, they probably want to take a look at the garbage that was thrown out from Sebastian's own home. Okay, they're going to be looking for that. So what I can tell you is they went out to this dump, which is in White Plains, Kentucky, about an hour and a half from here. It's a company that takes some of the garbage from here. Keep in mind now, okay, we had Sky 5 video. If you watched our newscast, look at it later. That showed this crew out there at a landfill. If you've ever been to a landfill, that is a place to dispose of anything. And if time passes, it's buried and extremely difficult to find. The debris that was taken in garbage from this neighborhood was Monday. So you got Monday's trash, Tuesday, other debris coming from all around. This is just Mondays for this one subdivision. But I mean, trash is coming in continually. So you have Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, trash. So 3 full days of trash in and out being piled up there. I understand that typically dumps work on a grid system, so they are able to kind of identify if you ask, hey, where did Monday's trucks out of Sumner County go with the trash? And they can vaguely say in this area, but a lot of trash just goes into that area.
Yeah, so normally there is a grid at least where they can sort of pinpoint in these landfill sites where garbage from certain areas was dumped. So that's something.
And you have to dig through it, and there's a lot of smells. It's a dirty business. It's rough. So they were out there today, and from Sky 5 you could see there was a large tarp set up, and then there was a large law enforcement presence. I understand sheriff's deputies from Sumner County and Kentucky State Police were participating in this. I'm also told from someone who works up there at this landfill that they completely cordoned off that one section of the landfill once they got notice of this yesterday and have not put any more trash in there. And they spent all day looking. A lot of effort being put into trying to find him. Not a lot of new developments. We have not had a news conference from authorities in several days. They do send out updates, but nothing new to really report. But today were some new developments that I think are worth talking about. And what I'm going to tell you is I learned early this morning that authorities were planning to...
That's it. Sorry. It's gone back to the beginning of it again now. So, yeah. So that was last year. That was when people had, when it was just... in March, and Sebastian hadn't been missing for very long. Of course, now we're a year on, and really there hasn't been nothing proper. There's been lots of imaginary leads, especially from Dog the Bounty Hunter, of course, the person in the green hoodie, etc. There's been all that rubbish that's come out. But I want to show you now what at-night intelligence. So Steve Fisher is the private investigator that's on the Proudfoot side, if you like. But as far as Seth is concerned, the biological father, Seth Rogers, the people that are working on his behalf are at-night private intelligence who charge... what was it, $250,000 or something before they'll even have a phone call with you, according to their website. And of course includes Nick the Hat, Dog the Bounty Hunter. It's the weirdest, in my opinion. This is another reason why I just don't really trust Tony Mathis. When he came along, and then this... Nick the Hat is a well-known con artist. And, Dog the Bounty Hunter, much as I used to like watching his program years ago, he does, he's not like he used to be, is he? You know, he's like, you just feel like he jumps on the bandwagon now with every, you know, high profile case. But anyway, if he manages to find something out, great. You know, the more the merrier. Anyway, this is how they posted for February the 24th. They posted, "Today our nation weeps as we stand at the 1-year mark since Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, 16, vanished from his home in Hendersonville, Tennessee on February the 25th, 2024. This brave 15-year-old American boy, full of light, living with autism and cherished by all who knew him, disappeared after a simple dinner in his own neighborhood. Wearing a black hoodie and sweatpants. His absence has ripped through the heart of his family, his small town community, and every single parent across this land who knows the fierce, sacred love we hold for our children." Now, I have noticed that their posts have gone a little less scathing about Katie and Chris than they were before, but I don't know if there's a reason for that. "This tragedy strikes at the core of every American family, from the rolling farmlands of the heartland to the bustling streets of our cities, from Tennessee's quiet streets to every kitchen table where parents pray for their kids' safety under God's watch. We are a nation built on America first, kids first, lives first. A nation that stands tall, united, and unyielding in the face of darkness." Sebastian's story isn't just a missing child case. It's a gut-wrenching wake-up call for every mother, father, and patriot who believes in protecting our own, defending our values, and fighting with every ounce of strength to bring our children home safely. This is every parent's deepest nightmare, but it's also our greatest mission to rise as one, refuse to let evil win, and restore hope to our homeland. We will not back down, not now, not ever. Oh, today we're raising the reward to a staggering $347,000. Oh my God. Now, the trouble is, I do feel that if in a year the 250,000 reward that was up hasn't brought anybody forward, I don't think anybody will be coming forward now. Now, remember at the beginning, there was no reward for Sebastian. Then there was a small reward, about $2,000, which fizzled out for whatever reason. And then it's only really the FBI put up a reward of $50,000, I think. And then when Dog the Bounty Hunter jumped on board, that's when these ridiculous amounts started being thrown around. $347,000 for any information leading to Sebastian's safe return, because every life matters and every child's safety is our sacred duty. If you've seen him, heard a whisper, or have the smallest shred of a tip, I'm begging you, step forward now. Don't wait, don't hesitate. Contact the Sumner County Sheriff's Office at 615 blah de blah de blah, the TBI, etc., or reach out directly to Dog the Bounty Hunter. You can also email mostwanted@manhunts.one or text blah de blah. Your voice could be the one that brings Sebastian back to his family's arms. Parents of America, hear this call. Activate now with every fibre of your being. Share this post far and wide. Pray with all your heart for Sebastian's safe return. I pray for Sebastian's safe return every day, I have to say. Not only Sebastian, all missing people, but, you know, obviously we've been following Sebastian's case virtually from day one. So there's not a day goes by I don't pray for Sebastian's return. Keep his face etched in your minds and souls. Flood our towns, our churches, our communities with unwavering hope and relentless determination. Together, we can make America safer, stronger, and more united, putting our kids and our lives first, standing firm for justice, and refusing to rest until Sebastian is home. Sebastian, we are here, we are searching, we are fighting for you with every breath in our bodies. And there's the missing poster with the different pictures. Because in this picture here on the left, we're going to have a look at that Texas Roadhouse video. That was the last time he was seen sort of by, you know, on CCTV, etc. Well, as far as we know, because there has some more CCTV has come out now, hasn't it, of the neighbourhood, and it's not certain really if that is Sebastian on it or not. So yeah, they block comments. The only people who can comment on there, they always block comments. At night, private intelligence. So let's put that down. I just put a couple of windows down actually so that I know where I'm going. Yeah, so that's a massive reward, isn't it? Absolutely massive reward. Yeah, well, I agree, David. They're offering a massive reward because they know it will never be claimed, won't they? You know, it's very, very weird, very weird. Okay, but anyway, so that's what they've got to say. Now, where am I going now? Let me just put down, what did I want to show you now? I've got quite a lot of windows open, as I say, so there's another interview with Nick Berries. Yeah, so I think this is so this what we're going to look at now. This is Nick Berries again, but this is him. This is the latest thing he's said about this case on the 1 year sort of anniversary, if you can call it that. Seems a weird thing to say, anniversary, isn't it? But so we're going to watch that. Watch this video.
Sebastian Rogers would now be 16. It was 1 year ago. He vanished from his Hendersonville home late Sunday night or early Monday morning. There was a massive search effort in the first several days after the teen with autism disappeared.
This is the system that we use to track all of our searchers.
With it. Keeps flickering.
Rogers would now be 16. It was 1 year ago. He vanished from his Hendersonville home late Sunday night or early Monday morning. There was a massive search effort in the first several days after the teen with autism disappeared.
This is the system that we use to track all of our searchers.
In the 12 months since, Sumner County EMA Director Ken Widener has led searches from the ground and air. Divers went to ponds, spelunkers explored sinkholes.
The white dots are caved and they've all been searched.
Whenever a new tip surfaces, Widener sends a crew to search. But he says those leads have slowed to a trickle. And the sad fact remains, to date, no trace of Sebastian has been found. As such, speculation runs wild from less than credible sources.
The rumor mill on social media has done nothing to advance this case.
Authorities
Sorry, I don't know why
clear they'll provide an update when there is something new to read.
So this is the sheriff in charge, isn't it? The police chief. He's very handsome, really good-looking guy. Now, but he's really down on the YouTubes and things like that, saying that it's done nothing to help the case. But do you know what the problem is? And it's not his fault, but when there's a void in a case of information, that's when all the conspiracy theories start. Sorry about it flickering. I don't even know why it is flickering.
Report. But this 1 year milestone might be a good time to clear some things up. This week, I did speak exclusively to Sumner County Sheriff Eric Craddock and District Attorney Ray Whitley about the case. Now, some are wondering whether or not this is now a criminal investigation. They tell me the answer to that is no. It is simply an investigation. Others are asking the question still, is it possible that Sebastian's parents, his mother, stepfather, and biological father, may have had something to do with his disappearance? Again, the answer to that, no evidence of that, and that the parents have cooperated. Any evidence of foul play?
We have not cleared anyone, but we have absolutely no evidence to support foul play.
After a year missing, some wonder, is this now a cold case? The answer, no. It does remain very active. Sebastian's father, Seth, said this in the days after his son disappeared, and the same holds true today.
I'm hoping he's still alive. You know, that's my main hope right now, is that he's not deceased. I mean, I keep praying that he's alive. I keep praying that somebody's going to see him, that somebody's going to call 911.
Nick Barris, News Channel 5.
Yeah, so according to Mr. Craddock, the sheriff, nobody's been cleared, but there's no evidence of foul play. You know, but basically that's what they've been saying right from the beginning. Nothing's changed, has it? Nothing has changed whatsoever. No one's been cleared, but no evidence of foul play. Basically, what you're saying is he hasn't got a bloody clue, has he? He hasn't got a clue, bless him. You know, this is like, where can Sebastian be? You know, some people think that he may have hidden somewhere on that construction site, and even maybe have been, you know, covered up by dirt and things like that. I mean, there's so many possibilities, but wouldn't the cadaver dogs have picked that up? Even under, you know, these cadaver dogs, they can find people in earthquakes, can't they? That people have been, you know, buried by earthquakes and things. So surely if Sebastian would have been there and would somehow have been buried under something, surely the cadaver dogs would have picked that up. But, you know, it's just, it is a complete and absolute mystery, isn't it? So let's have a look now at the Texas Roadhouse video. Again, I'm needing to put some things down. Let's see. I wanted to look at where's the blooming video on dogs? Because a dog, of course, put it on his, what's the word, on his Twitter. It seems to have disappeared now. It won't have disappeared. I've got it somewhere, but oh, I haven't seen that. I didn't watch that interview with Law Lodge or whatever. I haven't been watching the YouTube rubbish, to be honest. I just can't stand it. Oh gosh, I didn't. Sorry, this is totally unrelated. Well, not really, because it's about Dog the Bounty Hunter. But look, he's 72. It was his 72nd birthday on February the 2nd. Bless him. Ah, okay. Let's see if we can find this video of Sebastian. Oh, it'll be somewhere else. I'll be able to find it somewhere else. So yeah, that came out not that long ago, was it? You know, why it was never released. It took so long to be released. I'm not sure. How am I going to show this? I'll show it on Court TV.
Shining the spotlight on the search for Sebastian Rogers. And the last known video of him before he disappeared. Security cameras caught Sebastian eating dinner with his mother at a Texas roadhouse in Hendersonville, Tennessee, the day before he vanished. His mother was...
So this video was examined with a fine-tooth comb, wasn't it? People saying Katie was leaving, she was on the phone too much. She spent all day with him. What's she supposed to talk about? And they've been bowling, they've done this, she's bought him some food. People don't just sit and talk constantly all day. And then she wiped her hand on her leg, or she did this. That was a message to someone. People came out with all sorts of stuff about this. But it's quite, what's the word I'm looking for? It's always quite eerie, isn't it, to see, quite sort of sad to see people on CCTV, like just before they disappeared. Poor Sebastian. He looks sort of happy enough. He's just tucking into his grub. Then Jennifer Coffin Dodger, she was saying, oh, he's eating so quick, as if she's thinking that Katie never fed him or something. Absolute rubbish. This video, what people said about it, made out, really, to me, this is just a boy and his mum, after they've been bowling, they've had a day out, and they've gone for something to eat. That's it. Nothing else.
Seen taking photos of him and then sending them to somebody. Now, looking at this video, it's kind of hard to believe he hasn't been seen since then. But that is the case. Sebastian vanished from his mother's home on February 26th. His father says he still has hope he'll be found.
The goal is still the same. Find Sebastian. He needs to be found and brought home.
Look at Seth's hair there. I'm not sure what that's about, but okay, Seth.
Home to a home that loves him.
Sebastian's 16th birthday was last weekend, and police say that they're still actively investigating this case, and they are not deeming it a cold case as of now. I have a special guest I want to welcome onto the program now. You know her and love her, retired FBI Special Agent Jennifer Coffindeffer. She also, by the way, has her own brand new YouTube show called Break the Case. It is awesome. Be sure to check it out. Jennifer, good morning to you.
Now, I have seen this. I'm thinking about now, and you listen to Jennifer Coffin Dodger. She's so down on Katie. I have told, I literally have tweeted her a few times and said, I think it's terrible. The way she's talking about, she's supposed to used to work for the FBI, and she's out there saying horrible things without any evidence. What's the point in being with the FBI then? She's like the Mark Williams Thomas of America, in my opinion, sometimes the things she comes out with. But anyway, let's hear what she has to say.
You were one of the first people to follow this case. I love following you on Twitter, and I remember seeing you were doing the missing person tweets, as you always do, and have continued to follow every single development. Looking at this, as it is hard to not have emotion in it because your heart just breaks for this family, this teenager. Where do you think the investigation is likely to go from here? Does it go anywhere?
Well, Julie, looking at this tape, and I've had it for so long, I just didn't release it until it was released by others. But essentially what I was looking for were the reactions of the mom, of course, Sebastian's actions. One of the things...
Oh, my God, that is just what Mark Williams Thomas has said. Oh, yeah, I've had this tape for ages, but I didn't release it because I was waiting for it to be released. Oh, my God, she is. Honestly, she is. Mark Williams Thomas, Mark II, the American version. And apparently she did work for the FBI, but she worked in agriculture or something. She wasn't like an FBI agent, like in the sense, and I think she shows that. But the reason I do follow her on X, and I will carry on following her until one day she might block me, because I'm always having a go at her. Not always. I mean, sometimes I do agree with her and I just say what I think. But I do. Sometimes she does have some information, you know, that maybe she gets quite quickly. I'm sure she knows people who work in the FBI, but also sometimes she gets information that turns out to be incorrect as well. I've noticed. So you have to be careful with what she does. But now she's saying she's had this tape for ages, but she just didn't want to release it. That's a lie right there.
There's a couple of things I noticed is his eating style I thought was very interesting. It was like he hadn't been fed in a week. I'm not saying he hadn't been fed in a week. I'm just saying the way he eats was very, aggressive. He was just constantly eating. What I also noticed.
Yes, because he's autistic, first of all, and he's a teenage boy. Do you know how much a teenage boy eats? You know, you can't fill them up at that age. It's like they've got hollow legs. Is she really trying to say that Katie did not feed him? For God's sake, honestly, terrible.
Noticed from the mother was her staring around, looking around, almost like she was on surveillance for someone. In addition, she was on her phone such a large percentage of the time, seemingly not really engaged with Sebastian. These were just a couple of takeaways. Julie, I also looked at the people around. Was anybody watching them? And there's other film footage that I've personally viewed that might give some credence to somebody else watching them.
That's interesting. That's really interesting, Jen. Thank you for pointing that out, because as I'm watching it, and look, I'm not an investigator as you are. That was the first thing that jumped out was her head's going every which way. She's sitting there with her son, and like you said, she's not engaging him. And just to kind of back up and reiterate, to digest this more, in what you've seen other people looking at them too? Did it seem like they were trying to find each other? Like, is she looking for someone, I wonder? What do you think, Jennifer?
Well,
oh my God. So just because she's looking round. Come on.
Yes, and other footage that I've seen, I haven't released it. It's not for me to release.
Yeah, she's got more footage, but it's not for her to release. There you go, another Mark Williams Thomas comment.
I think that there may be some questions now regarding somebody possibly looking at them, certainly not acting appropriate. And I'm sure that will be released soon. And when you put it in conjunction with how Katie Proudfoot is acting, it just adds up to something that doesn't make a lot of logical sense.
Sure. Jennifer, this has me wondering, did he even go back to the house? Do we have any confirmation that he ever made it?
No, they shouldn't be allowed to say things like that, really, to be honest. They shouldn't be allowed to say things like that, to be honest, I don't think.
Back to the house, because he's said to have, he's reported missing from the house, supposedly in the middle of the night, wanders off. And now I'm just wondering about that. I'm curious what your thoughts are on this, please.
Well, I think, unfortunately, we're so reliant on what Katie Proudfoot has to say. She's the last person to see him. She's the only one with him. She's the one that makes the report. We're so reliant on that. And I've also found it very interesting, that she works for a video recording company, and meaning, home security type company. And yet we have no home security footage, at least that we know of Sebastian Rogers coming, going. There's, very little, let me say. And I've always found that very much to be an oxymoron, Julie.
Sure. And we know that Sebastian had special needs. We know that he was living with autism and needed some extra care in the home. A great point you just made, Jennifer. Perhaps it would be helpful even to have more eyes on him throughout more times of the day if he's not in your direct line of sight. So do you know if they even had any video cameras established in the home at all?
I think there were video cameras established outside the home. As far as inside the home, I have not read or heard any legit.
So that's what we're going to look at in a minute, are those video cameras from outside that, I don't know if they were outside Katie and Chris's home, but the ones that have come out recently that looks like somebody is walking around in the early hours of the morning.
Legitimate, data regarding that. But again, this just makes little sense to me regarding the fact that he had autism. I understand he wasn't a wanderer per se, but this is something that persists with people that are on the spectrum. We see it every week, somebody leaving their home and sadly being found in a body of water. And so if you have those utilities available to you, why wouldn't you utilize them?
Exactly. Great points from you, as always. Jennifer Coffindeffer, we'd love to continue the conversation with you about this. That's all the time we have for today. But my friends at home, do yourself a favor.
Sorry, is that their home? God, it looks spotless.
You utilize them.
Exactly. Great points from you, as always. Jennifer Coffindeffer, we'd love
to see it every week, somebody leaving their home. And
is this Sebastian's home? Goodness me. Well, it looks absolutely spotless, doesn't it?
And we see it every week, somebody leaving their home and sadly being found in a body of water. And so if you have those utilities available to you, why wouldn't you utilize them?
Yeah. So yeah, it is quite common for autistic children to run away, isn't it? And quite often, very sadly, they are found in water. But they did drain that retention pond. I think they've drained it a couple of times. Gosh, that house is, I want to live in that house. It's so clean. Anyway, let me just put that down now. So the other, let's have a look what Steve Fisher has got to say. So then just literally not long ago, sorry, I'm getting distracted there. I was getting distracted. Hang on, let me put some windows down. Right, let's have a look at this new footage now that's emerged in this case. Now, this apparently has been zoomed in and enhanced. Let's have a look. Now, I've got to, let me give credit to this YouTube channel. This is AF Pennington Presents, who I'd never heard of before. Let me like the video. So they've put this up. I've altered the contrast several times to try and make the footage a little clearer. So let's see. Oops, sorry. So this is supposedly footage, isn't it, from outside the house? And we can see that, is that Sebastian? Is it? I mean, it's difficult to make out anything. Now, it's important to say that the law enforcement, they've seen that, obviously they've had this for a long time, and they did come out and say they thought it wasn't relevant. But, I don't know why they would be saying that. You can hardly see it. All you really know is it's someone. It's a person. It is a person. But, whether it's Sebastian, whether it's, it could be anyone, couldn't it? Really. Seem to be moving quickly. Oh, no, they've probably sped that up, I think, to be fair. Yeah. So there was I think it was last week, wasn't it? This came out. There was a great big kerfuffle about it on social media, obviously, because it's outside the house. It was after midnight, and yeah, does look like it possibly could be Sebastian, doesn't it? But it's definitely someone. That's somebody out there. So who is it? Where are they going? What are they doing? Is it any connection with what happened to Sebastian? And of course we just don't know, basically, is the answer to that. But it's interesting to look at, of course. Let me just put that down. Right, where are we going now? So I want to just show you what Steve Fisher, the private investigator for Katie and Chris, had to say about it. Now, he's had a few things to say about it. At first, he seemed to be a bit annoyed that it had been released because he was planning to release it the following week, I think. And a lot of Steve's claims on Twitter are a reaction to at night private investigations, or that bullshit Betty, that YouTuber, or any of the other YouTubers like he mentions here. The FBI has, because they did change the poster, didn't they? Because the poster originally said he was last seen on the 26th. And what Steve Fisher is saying, that the FBI made a change, shutting down the claims made by Bullhorn Betty, Clutch Them Pearls, BJ. I don't even know these people. And these individuals allege that their enhanced video magically transformed a single pixel into two people carrying Sebastian upside down. Because, yeah, the thing is, this is what these people have done. It's like with the lights, the lights video, people trying to make it look like it's more than it is. At the end of the day, if the police don't think it's anything, then there you go. So he's gone to court a bit. I don't get into all the ins and outs of all the arguments, but I do want to show this. So he said on February the 22nd, to those claiming that the surveillance footage released by the media shows a person walking a dog, that is not the case. The individual walking the dog appeared 5 minutes earlier, and I have attached a portion of that clip for reference. Our entire point was to ensure that the 12:17 a.m. individual is not mistaken for the 12:12 a.m. person walking their dog. We have already spoken to the person walking the dog, and they were not even on the same street. They were walking on a street perpendicular to Kelling. Also, the clip shown by WSMV was sped up by them. The Fox clip is the actual speed. So, this always just totally, messes my head up of all what the speeds are and the times and everything. This is not my forte by any way, shape or form. So I'm just showing it you, and then you can make what you want of it. So to clarify, the attached clip shows an individual exiting their front yard and walking their dog at 12:12 a.m. on a different street than Kelling. This is a different person than the 12:17 individual. So this apparently is somebody else. But, it's like blink and you'll miss it. Hang on, I've just got to go and do something. I'll be back in a sec. Yeah, so what do you think of these clips? Let me know in comments. What do you think of these clips? Does it change anything? Do they change anything? Now, personally, on this particular clip, I can't really see anything. Can anyone see anything? I can't see anything on here, to be honest. Oh, let me, where am I? So whereas on the other clip, you could see a person, I don't know that I can see anybody on this. Oh, it's supposed to be here, yeah. Well, you know, you can't hardly see it, can you, really, to be honest? So anyway, that's what Steve had to say. Yeah, I don't think these, I agree, David, I don't think this new footage really says anything, but, you know, we can only look at, you could definitely see a figure on the other CCTV. So there was a figure there. The question is, though, you couldn't see if it was Sebastian or not. Was it Sebastian, or was it somebody completely different? Right, I'm going to have a look on the Facebook now. They show it as well. We'll just have a look at that video on there. But also, I want to show you, because there's a vigil coming up. Let's see. What's this? That looks a bit closer, I suppose. So apparently, according to this article, a private investigator hired by Chris and Katie Proudfoot says a new video could help break the case. Well, not from what I can see about it, to be honest. I don't think from what I can see, how can that break the case? And I'm sure the police have had this video for ages anyway, but just wanted to show it you. Right, let me find the yeah, so here it is. There's a vigil coming up. Candlelit prayer vigil in honour of Sebastian Rogers. Please join us as we ask for prayers and strength for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, his loved ones and law enforcement in Sumner County. As we move towards the 1 year anniversary, we need all the strength, prayers and unity we can get. And this is going to be, I'll try and cover this if I can. Of course, 2 p.m, but it'll be American time, isn't it? I get messed up with times. So it's Saturday, March the 1st, 2025 at 2 p.m. Celebration of Life Church on Forest Retreat Road in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Yeah. It's so sad, isn't it? Anyway, apparently Seth was on some YouTube channel and people were asking him, would Katie be going? And he said, yes, she'll be going because she is actually Sebastian's mother. So, you know, I just wish they could. The thing is, whatever's happened between them, you know, between him and Katie, him and Chris, whatever, you know, they are all the parents of Sebastian. The mum, the biological father and his stepfather, and they should all be together in helping to find Sebastian. It shouldn't have become what it has become reduced to, because it's the way that they've acted, well, particularly Tony Mathis, that has created like the YouTube drama and the social media drama. Because if they all look at the Gabby Petito case, that was a whole different thing, wasn't it? You know, Gabby's biological mum and dad had split up and they both had new partners, but they all stood united to find Gabby. They didn't descend into oh, it's your fault, blah, 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 blah. They all stood together and still do, to honour Gabby, if you like. So if only Sebastian's, if only those three, all of them, Katie, Chris and Seth, could do the same. If only, really, isn't it? Okay, what else did I want to show you? So I've got some other things. Right, we've watched that. Yeah, so I thought we'd go on to we're going to have a look. This is the National Center for Missing Children in Tennessee, and Sebastian, of course, is on this. Missing now. I think they've always had him as missing since February the 25th. It was interesting that about the FBI poster. I was saying it for ages. Why have they got him as going missing on the 26th when technically he hadn't been seen since the 25th? Anyway, and then finally now they've changed it. But I think it's always been on this National Centre for Missing and Exploited. It's always been the 25th. So yeah, age now 16 years old. Both photos are of Sebastian. I think really these photos are too old as well. He doesn't look really like that now, does he? That they could do with. There is a more up-to-date photo of Sebastian, but anyway, never mind. So there he is on the website for the missing children. Hopefully he'll be taken off that one day and he'll be found. Right, what's this that I wanted to show you? This is just going back to those photos again. Let's have a look at them on this website. New surveillance videos taken the night Sebastian Rogers went missing. Let's watch it again. Again, you just can't, I don't think you can really see anything, but well, you can see a figure. I mean, there's definitely a figure walking up there, but it could be a ghost, it's like, it's that unclear. There's nothing, just a shadowy figure. Let's watch it from the beginning again. Look, is that it? Oh, I don't want to sign up for your newsletter. Yeah, so when you look at the raw footage like this that hasn't been enhanced, you literally can't see anything, can you? Or hardly anything. Oh, there you go. Just the shadow going past there, wasn't there? Just the shadow, yeah. What's this? And that's the dog walker. Oh, you can see the person with the dog, more or less. But as Steve Fisher was saying, these are supposedly on different streets at different times. So, they don't really...
Hey, if you're frustrated with the interstates and the roads that you
They
drive
don't really
around...
show us anything, do they? What's this? Okay, where are we going now? That might be it, it's not. Oh, this was what I wanted to show before. Let me show you this. This is the Dog Nation video. So this is the full Texas Roadhouse video. Let me just put my fair use banner up. I hope. Hi, Joanne. I hope. Hi, Julie. I hope nobody does me for copyright strikes. Let's see. I mean, these are fair use, really, but you never know, do you? Why is it? Oh, it has started. So I believe this is the full Texas Roadhouse video, all of it. And it's been slowed down by the look of it. I like the video, haven't I? And here's Sebastian. So yeah, it has been slowed down quite a bit, hasn't it? I might speed it up a little bit. So I feel sorry for the other poor people who were there at this tech, because they've been watched by, imagine if you'd just gone out for dinner or whatever, and it turns out you're being watched by millions of people. I mean, personally, I think Sebastian looks very relaxed. You know, just looks, it just all, let me put it, speed it up a little bit, because I think it's, what did I do then? It's too slow. That's better. Yeah, he just looks normal, relaxed. He's just going out. He's just got his hands in his pocket. He doesn't look, you know, they've had a day out, and you know what it's like. Then you have something to eat. You're ready to go home, aren't you? Nothing looks strange to me personally. I just don't see anything look strange on here. Need to. It's too slow. Do like people are looking over there, aren't there? Is that when the green hoodie person was talking to Kate? But everyone seems to be looking over that direction as if something's going on. This guy's an employee going into the employee only, but he stops, doesn't he, to look. What's he looking at? Yeah, what has he stopped to look at? Hey, Kelly. Hi, Annie. Just wonder what what stopped him in his tracks. And now Sebastian's getting in the car. but they're just talking. But yeah, there was definitely something, wasn't there, that sort of, there was something here that attracted both these people's attention. Let's just have one more look. So he goes to go in and then he stops and looks over. Maybe it's because that man spoke to him. Maybe I was having problems with the ATM, or maybe he knows him. Don't know. Was that the green hoodie person? God, when you think all that fuss that was made of that green hoodie person, it was absolutely nothing. Yeah, it just looked to me like just as you would. You've had a busy day, go for something to eat, and then you just want to go home, don't you? And relax and do whatever. I don't know, probably was going home to play his game or do whatever he does. Got school the next morning. Yeah, hands in his pockets, looks fine. Let's just have a look. I'm just coming into... Yeah. I don't know. Doesn't seem anything strange to me. Just a mum and a son. But there's something here. This guy definitely looks over there. I think it might be when that green hoodie person walked past Katie. They seem to... God, this is too slow, isn't it? My God. It's good to slow it down, but I think they slowed it down far too much, to be honest. Oh. Where are you, Sebastian? Where are you? Bless him. Joe, and every day that goes by, you think it's less likely to have a positive resolution. I'm definitely going to be watching Katie's interview later. I can only speak as I find, and to me, I don't see anything. Katie looks very upset, and I don't see that they have done anything. And how could they? You know, look at all that CCTV and everything around there. You're telling me that if they would have put Sebastian in the car and gone off, I don't know, and there was no forensic evidence in the house, you know, the police have said there is no evidence of foul play. So they would have found something. They've been in that house so many times. They'll have checked their cars and nothing's been found. You know, did he get in a car with somebody else? I mean, in the early hours of the morning. Or, I don't know, where can he possibly be? Where is this boy? Where can this boy possibly be? Well, I think that's more or less it. There's not really anything else, I don't think, on there. So, where is Sebastian Rogers? Here we come. A year. It's been a whole year with, you know, really no news, no leads. Where is he? Okay, I'm going to finish there because there's really nothing else to show you at the end of the day, because there are no new leads, but I will see what Katie's got to say in her interview, and I will probably show that at some point. So I will be back really soon, as ever, in the next video. And of course, until then, may your God go with you. But thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you again for getting me to 4,000 subscribers. And I've had quite a lot of subscribers since I passed that. So thank you. Keep on subscribing. Please press like. Share if you think it will help to find Sebastian. You know, I honestly, it is a total and complete mystery. I mean, it's same as Summer Wells, isn't it? You know, and it's from the same area. Is there a coincidence there? Sometimes you wonder, is there somebody out there kidnapping children in Tennessee? Anyway, I'll see you really soon in the next video. Thank you so much. Take care. Most important thing of all is take care. Look after you, because you are the most important person. Thank you. Bye. Oh, let me set the outro video. Bye.